Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. We made our journal yesterday, and now we're going to have some fun, and we're going to decorate it. I have something new here. I have some velvet ribbon from Crimson Heart Studios. So going to use some of her beautiful, and of course we have all our pieces of ephemera. I have some more of the lace that we used on the cover. I have some ribbon flowers right here in a pink and an off-white. I have actually already started to compile some ideas inside by just popping in some of the ephemera from the kit. I have my cover here. I also have a few of the pieces of ephemera that we prepared yesterday. And I'm going to glue my longer strip down, bringing the journal back in. Now, someone's going to ask what size this journal is. It ended up being, now let's count the lace. So counting the lace, it's 9 inches by 5 3/4, maybe something like that, with a little bit of Sari smushy going down here. Maybe this way. Or maybe this way. Oh, I like that way better. Okay, so a bit of glue. Now I'm using my hot glue, and I will show you what brand it is. Let me just get this under here. That it is a Sure Bonder high temp, and it has that specialty tip on it. So I'm going to do that pinching technique where I just pinch with my fingers. So a little bit of glue. Lay down the Sari and just run it along the glue. It will glide, whether you use hot glue or whether you use fabric tack. Oh, I like that. I think that looks real nice on there like that. And if we pop that up there, maybe we can do a dangle. I made a Sari silk bow, and I thought it would be really cute if we pop it right up there. I also took one of the labels out of the kit and I covered it with the UV resin. I will link what type of resin this is down below in the description, and I think it would be super cute if we popped it on just like that. So let's go ahead and let's get our bow glued down. Before I glue the bow down, I think I'd like to attach the bulb pin onto the bow. I think it's easier to do before I glue it down than to try to get it on after I glue it down. Maybe at an angle. Perfect. Look how cute that is. How about if we add a little bit of bling right down here? All right, we have our cover and it's completely finished. Here's the back and here's the front. I love the dangle on there. Now let's start decorating our inside. As I said before, I laid some pieces of ephemera inside. I kind of went through and did it so that we could put this together a little quickly without having to go through all the pieces of ephemera. I printed this piece off on cardstock. So let's pop it right here, and I'm going to pop it on the, I'm not going to cover up the stitching, so I'm going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. To be able to show you quite a few pages that I've decorated, I needed to speed it up. So we're in fast forward for a few frames here, using some lace and Sari silk and that satin ribbon flower, getting it all glued down. We made our pocket for our inside front. Now moving on to the envelope and using pieces of ephemera from the kit, Chapter 1 Papers Pink Summer Blooms. And there is a discount code. Do check the description down below so you can get your discount. Making a belly band now out of that page that has lots of different strips of different prints from the kit. Makes lovely belly bands. Just adding a little lace and a Sari silk bow. This is the one that's a little crooked, and so we're going to fix it so it's not going to be crooked anymore by gluing on a piece of ephemera and then using one of those strips just to straighten out the line. I think it worked pretty good. Some of that crinkly paper, and now moving on to another envelope, adding a label and some piece of some lace. It's just a little piece. Another little one of those strips. Boy, they come in handy. And there we go, another strip. It's so easy to decorate a page edge. Little ink and gluing it down. Now we've got a pocket, and these seed envelopes come with the ephemera packet, so I'm just gluing mine together and popping it right into that pocket that we made. I call them built-in pockets, and adding a little label. Oh, there's that velvet ribbon that Crimson Heart Studios has. Her link is down below too. She has it in different colors, and I just adore the stuff. So we're going to be making a pocket out of it. Simple, super simple. There we go. Adding a piece of ephemera onto that envelope flap for a flip out. A little bit of lace on the bottom just to dress it up. And a little bit more of those strips. I loved those strips. And then some Sari silk just to give a little more color to the page. Tucking it right underneath that Sari silk. There's our pocket, and we need to add a little something to our pocket. How about a label? Just inking it up a little bit, gluing it on, and adding a Sari silk bow. Now we're on to another page in which we're going to use a piece of ephemera to decorate the edge. Inking up some pieces and getting them glued down. I love that red, that really pops. A little bit more Sari silk, just to soften the look a little bit. We're going to add this piece of ephemera on here, and we're going to be making a pocket. Oh, right now we're not doing that. We're doing a label. Oh, one of the tags, and we're just adding a little Sari silk at the top for a tab, and popping it in. I'm so happy that they fit. Here's where I made a pocket out of the ephemera. So I didn't know exactly where I wanted to add that bow, but I decided down there would be great. Those little ribbon flowers come in very handy. Finally! I kept trying to tell you about this, didn't I? Here is the pocket that we made with a piece of ephemera. There you go, a side pocket. A little label just to finish it out. We're at the center now, guys. Now it's time to put our dangles on. So I selected some beads. I've got a couple wooden ones. I've got some pink, pearly kind of colored ones and some gold ones. I'm also going to be grabbing some smaller ones. Oh, I guess before I do that, I have to make sure that I can get my thread through the bead, especially the wooden ones. There's the smaller ones. I'm going to grab a few of those, 2 for each dangle. And I like to thread it on. I place a knot first, and then I thread on the first and last bead, and I double loop it. And I use the awl to move it up the thread. Now I'm using bookbinding thread. I had to snip it off so I could get it in the bead's hole easily. Double looping and then tying a double knot at the bottom. And before I'm completely done with this journal, I will place a little daub of wet glue on those knots at the end of the dangle. It really just helps everything stay in place. On to decorating another page, a little bit of lace. And another label. We've got one of those strips again. Oh, I do love those strips. They come in so handy. And there we go. Lots of journaling space in this journal. Some more Sari silk. Just lay a piece down, right down along the edge. Oh, I love this page. I think this looks so pretty. And so we're going to elevate it by putting a velvet ribbon pocket on it. And we're going to decorate the pocket just a little bit. Over on the CD envelope, we're going to put a little bit of Sari silk with that little scrunchy technique. And then just a little piece of lace right there to finish it off. And now the back of the CD envelope. I'm not making it into an envelope. I'm closing that envelope. And then I'm going to decorate that spot right there with one of those strips and a label. I wanted that coffee ring to show. I've completed my little journal here made with Chapter 1 Papers Kits Pink Summer Blooms. I do love how it has turned out. Get you a close-up here of how it looks, the dangles, the bling, the UV resin that's applied to the little label here, the bulb pin, some beads. Let's do a quick look through. We've got a pocket. Our envelope's covered. Here is another pocket right here on the side. We have a pocket here in the envelope. We have a belly band. We have a nice journaling area, some decorating, some beautiful sounding paper, some more journaling spots, another pocket here. Just a quick flip through, just so you can see how it turned out. I'm very pleased with how it has turned out. Another pocket, there's that velvet ribbon. It makes a beautiful pocket. There's the center, and here are our dangles. I love the CD envelope, and I think this looks really nice, this spread right here. We'll flip through another belly band. Pocket right here, our child pockets, and the tags did fit really nicely in our pockets that we made. Here's another little pocket I made from the flap of the envelope. Here's that page that was so very crooked, and I think I made it a little straighter. I think it's okay now. And here's another pocket on the back cover. I loved making this video. I loved making this journal with you. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.